Oh, well, there's red. Okay. Speaking.
Hello,
And,
hello.
And a blow.
Okay. I need to turn red up just a hair.
I have no idea how well my tech is right now because I'm not on Ethernet.
Yeah, you're fine. I just you know, you've got everybody has individual volumes in Discord. I just needed to turn yours up a little bit.
I just not super thrilled about this setup at home right now, but it is what it is.
I mean, you sound fine.
Well, there's also like twice as many creatures living in this house now than there were last time I streamed.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Press Start to begin.
At this point, I'm not gonna bother getting a new computer until I have more of the house back.
Right.
But it's all good.
Are we calling it something different now, Dan? Are we not using food anymore? Is it we're calling it fun play or something like that? That was a long discussion, so I'm not sure if I called all of it because I had to go do it in retrospect.
Yeah, there is going to be no more such things as a no practice race.
Well, I gathered that part. I was mainly asking about the nomenclature.
I mean, I mean, I don't like the word casual, but I mean, I like, you know, fun run. It's fun, but food. Yeah, but also like a food to me implies something that's a mystery. So I think we got to get food back to that sort of like Raz has a mystery food next week, I think.
Right.
So that absolutely, it's a mystery game. It's a food. That's fine. But if we're putting something like this Crash Bandicoot, which we're not expecting, I mean, people could certainly have played, you know, if they wanted to or whatever. But there's no like, how would you say?
We're not expecting everybody to pull clear this. It's just we're here to have a good.
I mean, I put Crash Bandicoot. All I put on it was Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back Fun Run. I mean that sounds right. You know, I mean that kind of that has a good sound to it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my audio playing on? There we go. It's like my audio is still coming out of the computer. What the heck? That's better. Probably have to tell my stupid PlayStation bring it at some point during the stream.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex
So
Strikes Back.
the big thing that I'm relieved with is at least it sounds like the connection's good. Like I'm not having the call randomly drop or any shenanigans like.
Yeah, you're fine.
I mean, I figured because I was listening to you guys. I've been listening to the Weird Al stuff, and it's been fine. I just wish I could catch all of them. Like, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't know if you've done the album yet that has the Trapped in the Drive-Thru, but let's see. How the hell do I Twitch again? Oh wow, this is how long it's been since I streamed. My last stream was Rock and Roll Racing.
Press
You should do another run of that.
to begin.
I had good time with it. Tash
But for-
Banuka 2, Ned Strikes Back.
Buttface is having personal problems.
There, now it can pick up my voice. It was just not... my stream was just quiet, and y'all guys talking. But now, it's actually picking up my Yeti mic.
That's a new one, y'all guys.
You all guys. I don't understand.
Y'all, that's just sounds weird. Y'all guys.
I mean, that's... The Canadianism would be yous guys. So, yous, y'all
Well,
guys.
no, use guys is a northern and like upper Midwestern thing. That's a Chicago, New York, Chicago thing. They all
Okay,
say
Dan,
use,
my-
they all say use guys.
My stream is up.
I was like, why is YouTube yelling at me that everything's quiet? Everything's not quiet. We've been talking. I've been talking. It's fine.
Crash
But no,
Bandicoot
actually, I hadn't been talking. My stream couldn't hear me. And so it was right to say, yo, your stream's a little quiet. You wanna take a look at that?
Right. Y'all is a weird one though because it was a very southern thing that has become basically ubiquitous nationwide. So
Whose idea was it to play this game? I'm not asking that sarcastically. I generally don't remember.
I suggested it originally.
I also put that in my, title of the stream. Just like, I don't know who suggested it, but I know none of us stopped it.
Well, because Blau was on his, let's play a bunch of platformers kick.
Was that Blau or was that Dan?
nah, I think that's Blau.
Well, it's like people suggested 90s mascot platformers, and so that's how I got us to do Bubsy. Because I mean, we did something else before that, which I can't remember.
Arrow the Acrobat.
Oh,
That was a
Arrow the
food.
Acrobat, yeah.
The options were like A or B was the food. There were two choices. So now we've moved on to C.
Oh, I forgot. I missed. That was the one I missed.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second, we have done Arrow, then Bubsy, then Crash. What's a D? What's a D mascot?
Press start.
Spyro.
Spyro does not
What?
start with a D, Dan.
I don't know that I would call Spyro a D because that game's beloved by a lot of people, or that series.
No, I'm just looking for a mascot that starts with D.
Oh, I thought you
Rhinosity.
know D tier.
No. We did A for Arrow, B for Bubsy, C for Crash. What did you say, Red?
Dinosity.
We already did Dinosity. That throws it off. It's also is Dinosity a mascot platformer or was it just platformer?
No, but I'm glad that we did Bubsy and not Boogerman.
Yeah, there is that. Man, we did Slime World before we did Boogerman. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm going to give an @Blau.
Is Blau joining us tonight?
He said he was going to play, he's going to be doing Insane Trilogy,
Crash
though.
Bandicoot 2.
Oh, yeah.
Strikes back.
I tried playing Warped on the Insane Trilogy and it messed with my memory. It was just, in that way that's, hard to articulate, it's just, it didn't feel right to someone that's played Warped as many times as I have.
I mean, I can tell you the exact way it feels. It's probably like trying to sit down and play Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Game Boy Advance.
Exactly. It's like, it looks the same, and it's like 99% of it's fine. It's just that you could tell that it's not exact.
Yep. You press the button, and he jumps. It still rings every alarm bell in your brain.
I know what I need to do here to help things.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Is this the first PSX game we've run on Let's Racing Time?
No, we've got a
No.
bunch of Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I was going to say, I think Sawton was kind of big there for a minute.
Yes, that is a PlayStation game.
I'm good enough at it now. I could run it without having Galbies around, but we generally did it with Galbies just because he was the one to answer questions. But I'm competent enough at it. I could run it now without and get it on it'd still be a Saturday win because
Hey, how did your
It's about a
practice
3-hour
for
run.
Z2 go?
well, I did my race. I practiced a little bit before the race. I lost my race, but it was a really close one. It was they didn't have as many people, so unfortunately this one's just double elimination, so like I can only lose one more. Instead of like normally you would do a round and you'd play at least like 6 matches and then you do like a Swiss round, but
Yeah.
now it's like double. It's basically just a double elimination tournament because it's only like 13 people.
Well, here's to winner of losers bracket, right?
Right. No, I actually played one of my best seeds. It was a jet one, like but it was a gloveless seed, which was crazy. Like I've never, like you didn't have to have it in. It was a 1 gem, and you didn't have to have the glove. And I beat it in I technically PB'd on it because I beat it in 36 minutes, and that's the fastest one I've ever done. The guy I was playing, Homewrecker, beat it in 28 minutes.
To begin.
Which Crash 2 is this? Is this Cortex Strikes Back
Cortex
or
Strikes Back.
Entranced?
Yeah.
That's the only Crash 2. Right?
But he,
Well,
he
no, on the list there's Entranced and Cortex.
Entranced
Strikes
is
Back.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is Cortex Strikes Back.
Yeah, guess where I did a lot of my Crash gaming? Because it was not on the PlayStation.
Some of the Game Boy Advance games are decent, and then some are terrible.
No, they're not decent. They're not even there's one decent-ish Spyro Game Boy game. The rest are Garbo, and the Crash games are almost entirely Garbo. But it's what you had to play, so it's what you played.
I mean, that was also not the Naughty Dog era.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we started with 2 and not Crash 1, because Crash 1 is not great.
Oh, Crash 1 is super rough.
I going to be honest with you, there's not a lot of difference.
The
Crash Bandicoot 2.
move is different.
Cortex Strikes Back.
Also, the way that you could save the game and stuff is different. Like, Crash 1 saving the game requires you finding a bonus stage.
Right.
Okay, I think I have a Crash scene ready.
I could have shared you logos and stuff. I did have some
I'm-
available.
Oh, don't worry, I've solved that problem.
This is actually a game I'm planning to Let's Play, and I've recorded the first episode 3 times and just haven't had something that I'm thrilled with yet.
Man, that
Because I
sounds
want to
like a
Let's
lot of
Play
creator
2 and I want to Let's
integrity.
Play Warp. I think the first attempt with 2, my audio wasn't right, so it was just gameplay without my voice in it.
Oh, I love doing that. No, I thought you meant Yeah, I did one episode's worth of commentary, then went back and checked and was like, I'm not feeling it. I'll record that. If that happens on a series that I'm doing, I just bin the whole thing for like 5 years.
Okay. So just jump straight into the game when I select the game from the main menu. Okay.
Yeah, the cutscene when you start the game. Are we gonna?
I have, so the way that I've got it all done up is I've just got like a fresh load in after the intro cutscene. But again, we're just doing this for fun, so do whatever you need to.
Oh wow, I'm getting spam in my chat. That never happens.
You're up your hop up for a minute.
Crash Bandicoot 2 was actually the game I got with my PlayStation.
Crash Bandicoot 2.
I have never played a Crash game.
Press
I did not have a PlayStation growing up, but I did have I would go over to a friend's house and play on their PlayStation a lot. And then, later in life, I just got their PlayStation when they moved. They were like, hey, I'm moving, this is old, you used to play this a lot when we were over, I have played all these games to death, do you just want it? And I'm like, yes, I will take your old PlayStation, and I've never seen them again. They just dropped off the face of the earth in my life.
Now.
Alright, hop up.
And the perfect thing is, there's just enough room here that because Blau is at 16 by 9, I can just scoot somebody over here, and it fits perfectly. And I can still get a little bitty Crash logo in here.
Figured
There
would
you
just
go,
crop me down
Buttface, there's the
to
perfect
16 by 9.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I,
Or not 16 by 4 by 3. I meant.
well, I mean, well, I don't. Is the game presented in 4x3?
Start
No.
to begin.
Okay. I mean, I feel like, you know, I want to preserve the. Oh, you are dropping frames, Red Silvers.
He might have just been popping in and out because, again, he was in another window posting dank memes. Dank memes for the old crowd.
I
The
resemble that remark.
emulator does not like not being the active window. Oh, I forgot Crash 2 has this terrible jetpack level.
No, it's good, guys. I swear. It's a great game.
I probably won't get that far, but just...
I mean, if that's still in the foreground, you're still dropping a lot of frames.
Let me...
So this is part of our ongoing bad mascot platformer series, right?
Yeah. Somebody made the observation that we started with A for Arrow the Acrobat, then B for Bubsy, and now we're on C for Crash. So now we need a D platformer.
Typical Dan, always looking for the D.
Is that typical?
No, I just wanted to say that.
I was gonna say.
I mean, I did set himself up
The
quite
joke-
expertly.
The joke would have worked better if it was Raz that said it.
I
But
was gonna say it's like Raz is in here, but I'm still around. I'm kicking around.
Where the is my OBS window? What the heck?
It's disappeared. Scown.
I don't know.
This
The only
is-
mascot I can think of that starts with a D would be Dylan from Dylan's Rollin' Western, but that's 3DS, and I know y'all aren't too keen on trying to emulate 3DS.
You know, this actually looks pretty good. Just turn on, bilinear filtering, up the render resolution. This doesn't look too bad.
No, this looks like how I remember it. It did not look like that when I first started this emulator.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
There was no amount of Vaseline filtering that you could add on top of it that would make it look like I remembered it.
Vaseline filter. That's the term.
Bandicoot 2.
You know what I'm talking about, where you get some of them pixel games that are coming out now that are like, turn on the Vaseline filter to smear everything together, and then it just looks...
Any Square Enix game?
Does that look any better? I just made OBS.
You're
have
frozen
higher
on the
priority.
frozen on the menu screen. Let me refresh the stream.
If not, I might have to restart OBS entirely.
I mean, I think your stream is completely frozen.
Okay, I'll be right back.
You may, if you're on Twitch, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
see, because this is why you don't touch things. You can wait to post your dank memes.
But Dan, I have to touch things to get the stream to start. I just also have to touch the thing that says no OBS, you're not allowed to update. Not today.
Yeah.
Buttface, I am struggling.
What you struggling with? Oh, I know what you're struggling with.
Every time I sit down to try to play Great Ace Attorney, I just get sleepy within like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very cozy game.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Vortex Strike.
I am not personally playing it. The way that I am consuming that is by watching voice actors do like a reading of the game in a second window. So I just get to have that game read to me. Great.
I think I'm just extremely burnt out on visual novels because I'm on the second game, halfway through it. Immediately before this, I played through the entirety of the first game. And immediately before that, I played through the entirety of Danganronpa 3.
Yeah, that'll do it. How are you playing these? Or I'm assuming Switch?
Switch, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way to go. Unfortunate. No, you've got a Steam Deck. You're the one
I
who
already had the
thinks-
game on Switch.
No, I'm just thinking, like, you got that Nonary game trilogy on Switch yet?
No, I have that on Steam.
Oh, you already own that. Okay, because I was like, that Steam sale is on right now, and I'm half tempted to curse you with it.
I have that and Zero Escape on,
Yeah, Zero Escape is Nonary games.
Well, no, it's two separate things on Steam.
What?
I think Nonary Games is like the first two games in the series, and then there's Zero Escape, right? Like the third game or whatever.
Bandicoot 2.
I was seeing this.
Back. Press start.
You
OBS
bear
doesn't wanna stream
with
at
me.
all.
Either way, I'm in no hurry to start the Nonary games, and
No,
hopefully
you
another Ace Attorney does come out soon.
You shouldn't be. You definitely don't need to be. I don't know how to stress this enough. Avoid at all costs.
Well, next on my docket is a couple of Zelda clones that I think I can bang out pretty quick.
Okay, Zero Escape Nonary games. Yeah, they did just stick the first two games together, and then Zero Time Dilemma is its own thing. Huh, would you look at that?
And I have both of those.
Well, you know what I picked up in the sale the
Okay, I should be back up.
the second
Yes,
AI
you're looking
Somnium
much better.
files. Because I really, really, really liked AI Somnium Files 1, so going for the Nirvana initiate. Like, I'm gonna be honest. AI Somnium Files is the first and maybe only Spike Chunsoft game I've liked.
Press start.
Like I was hate watching playthroughs of the Nonary game series, and I was just morbid curiosity for Danganronpa of like, huh, this is passable at best, and then the less said about the ending of those games, the better. AI Somnium Files is the first one that actually made me like sit up and go, no, wait, no, this is actually good. Like, this is really good. Like, this is really, really good. Unfortunately, the game part of it, terrible. The worst in the series. The actual act of, like, what you're doing to playing the game is garbage. The story
What do you mean
is
that
good.
the first Spike Chunsoft game? They made the Mystery Dungeon games.
I haven't played the Mystery Dungeon games.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Not my style, my man. Not my style. I haven't even played. I'm looking at their catalog here because I've apparently got like a big sale going on. Mystery Chronicles One-Way Heroes looks like maybe the closest thing to something I would be interested in.
They also developed a lot of the Dragon Quest games.
I'm a Dragon Quest ignorant.
2. Vortex strikes back.
Main one I sunk time into is 8, but I can't imagine having that kind of time to sink into a game anymore.
No, that's what makes a lot of them hard to play. Is they just take. There's just so long. I love Dragon Quest so much, but so many of them are just so long. Which I love. I love that they're long, but at the same time, like, who has that kind of time?
And
I
8
didn't
was kind of a
realize-
slow burn. It was a great game, but it took it a while before it got going.
I didn't realize Spike Chunsoft made Conception. That's
Alright,
a weird game.
Now, since Red has, well, Red's still kind of dropping frames.
Is it really bad?
I mean, now
That's
you're
weird because
thinking-
OBS
now
says I'm not dropping frames.
I mean, well, you gotta remember I'm on lag, I guess. Like, Twitch is
Oh,
spinning.
there they are.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Vortex strikes back.
Apparently they worked on
Yeah, the not being on the Ethernet might be an issue.
an Etrian Mystery Dungeon game, of course. Never mind.
I've pushed the button.
The button.
Not the gumdrop button.
The button. Oh, the button.
These are the correct noises to make when playing Crash Bandicoot. Yes.
What, a bad, strong bad impression?
Yes. I don't know. Crash kind of fits in that vein of Tood. Oh,
He
I
actually
will
does a
grab,
pretty good strong bad impression.
grab that Let's Racing time. Stick you in there. And
Crash
Pins the
Bandicoot
message.
2. Vortex strikes back.
He pins the message.
To begin.
it pins the message or else it gets the hose again.
Okay, there we go. Is the layout meant to be that way, Dan? Or Blau's
Yes,
bigger?
because Blau is 16:9 because he's using Insane Trilogy,
Okay.
which is fine. It works.
No, you're good. Yeah, no, I was just making sure that's what you intended.
Yeah, I
Like, it
didn't want
didn't-
to.
Yeah,
I didn't want to set up an emulator for something that I could easily just pop in my Switch.
right. I just meant that you weren't doing some weird.
Oh, you got Insane on the
Switch
Switch.
wasn't
eh?
doing some weird thing with the scenes.
Yeah, I also have Spyro on the Switch.
Insane in the mainframe.
See, I got that Spyro bundle on the PlayStation. I was really
Spyro was like my sister's favorite back in the day.
I have taken it on good authority that the Spyro trilogy is of much higher quality than the Crash trilogy.
I like
They're different types of games.
I'm not talking about the games themselves. I'm talking about the care taking in remaking / remastering them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
there was
thi- I-
significant work done to Spyro 1 that like kind of blew my mind how much they went in and retooled a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that's a controversial opinion. That's not, or I guess what I'm saying is that's not exactly a hot take. I think that's probably a pretty
will
popular
say-
opinion.
The care they put into Crash Team Racing though was amazing.
Until they added transactions.
I got everything in that game without ever spending money.
Well, no,
But-
it's just super
like-
sleazy that they released the game and then, like, what, a month later, added microtransactions. Like, surprise, we did this to avoid getting hit by ESRB by having gambling in our game or whatever.
Well,
But the actual like presentation and everything was amazing.
we are in a world where gaming with microtransactions has been generally
gonna-
accepted. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I think it's just an unavoidable state of gaming.
That's
at
how
this
they
point.
want you to be.
In a world where microtransactions are a normal, accepted part of gaming, one
Buttface.
man
You can't give up the outrage.
stands
That's how
against
they
the
want you
tide.
to feel.
No, I can't. I cannot let the outrage ruin my entire day, and instead just go and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go pick up a Hi-Fi Rush because that game is a complete package and is great."
Yeah,
See-
play good games. Don't play bad games.
Yeah,
That's why I'm glad Theat didn't go the Chocobo Racing route, because they could have easily done that, and it would have been terrible.
I still need to get a report on.
Even then, I believe they've
how that
walked.
game
Like
is
Chocobo
since they
Racing
ended
has
the live
actually walked
service.
back a lot. But like that's the case where the damage has been done.
Like, because I knew I was going to get Theatrhythm the day they announced it. I'm like, that's going to be on my list, but like they could have done chintzy stuff with the DLC and it would have been terrible.
The Theatrhythm DLC is quite pricey.
I would argue though that you get quite a lot out of it, but the nice thing with the DLC is you don't have to get it all at once.
But I mean, the same can be said of basically any rhythm game ever that has DLC.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, rhythm. That's just kind of the state of rhythm games since rhythm games were a thing. Like, I don't even
Yeah,
want
it's
to
easy
think
for
how
people
much.
to say, "Oh yeah, I'll drop $3 on a song here, $3 on a song there."
Yeah, I don't want to think
But
about
$3
how
$3
much
adds
money.
up
when
when
you're
you have
trying to
100
get
songs.
Licensed commercial songs, like that definitely
To begin.
people are a little more willing to accept that. Where it's like, well, Squeenix already owns. It's like, you know, you can understand why it feels like double dipping. But on the other hand, I'm like, at least with that, it's like it's upfront. Like you know what it's like. You're just buying more songs, and I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
Music with video games is a little more complex than it was in their game, so they own it.
I'm the same idiot who bought a $100 pack for the soundtracks for the first 6 Final Fantasy games. They just happen to come with really nice remakes of those games. But I
I
just
bought all
Like
the
one
DLC.
example,
I bought all the DLC for the previous Theatrhythm games, but I mean, they only released a couple at a time, so I was spending like, you know, $15 here, $15 there, and then I would play the shit out of those songs.
I mean, we probably could stream that. That would probably be a fun time.
I think that there was a list that I saw floating around of like, don't play these songs, you will get copyright strikes.
Well,
I
the
thought
thing
the game
about
had a
Twitch.
streaming mode.
Well, the thing about doing it, YouTube would be one thing, but with Twitch, all they would do is mute the VOD.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't really have an issue there. YouTube is a little bit of a different story.
know from my Let's Play that Final Fantasy VII music gets flagged all the freaking time.
Yeah, I have
Anyway.
no interest in playing a rhythm game for YouTube or Twitch in any capacity.
Anyway, I guess we're all here. Shall we get started?
Oh, crap. I gotta get back up 1 second. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. I just gotta grab my coat, my cup. I left it in there.
Okay. Hey everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night Let's Racing Time. We are in the third entry of our 90s mascot platformer series. Let's see if this one will last longer than the last one. I'm your host, Kefka Floyd. We're playing Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. The stream is brought to you by Strawberry Watermelon Polar Seltzer. It's good. We don't have a Quadraforce tonight. We have some kind of crazy mixed up hexagon, and that's okay. Going around the hexagon in the upper... Actually, no, before we go around the hexagon, we have another secondary co-host tonight.
I'm here.
Yep. He's the guy that Molly Hatches says shouldn't watch this game too long. He's the whiskey man, Mr. Bob the Elder.
Thank you, Dan. I am indeed your favorite whiskey drinking southern friend, Bob the Elder, the one with the charming accent. I got Chunksy the dog here in her normal spot. I've got my unsweet tea as the palate cleanser. So this is that. So this will be my last Let's Racing Time before I go on the alcohol hiatus as part of the diet thing. So I was trying to think of what to do, and since Red's here, I was like, all right, well, I'll bring an old favorite out I haven't done forever. This is High West Whiskey Rendezvous Rye from Park City High West Distillery in Park City, Utah. This one is the 2020 special edition of it. They do one of these. They do a new batch of this every year, so each year's got a slightly different one. I have not had this in forever. It's 95 or wait 46, 92 proof. That's a pretty good pour. Beautiful color to it.
Park City's a good place, can
Crash
confirm.
Bandicoot
Can confirm.
Cortex
Yeah, it's a
Strikes
very, very nice, like, kind of golden amber to it. It's got a really good, it's more or less unaged. I'll say, like, normal, probably like 4 years. Sweet on the nose, very sweet on the nose. No proof or anything like that. All right, Slancha. Yeah, that's very good. It's a sweeter rye that kind of fades into spiciness, but it's got a good bold flavor. It's got a lot of flavor for 92 proof. Like I said, it's not super expensive. It's just not the easiest thing to find, but I highly recommend it. Anyway, back to you, Dan.
All right, in the upper right-hand corner of the hexagon, he's our indeterminately favorite Canadian with questionable Weird Al opinions. He's not a butt face.
Well, it's me, not a butt face, and it's not just questionable Weird Al opinions that I have. I also have questionable drinking habits, apparently, and Bob sent me a link to what is called a bull shot, with then an emoji and a note that says, "It is not a shot." I am not drinking that tonight, but I'm very interested to try it as what looks to be a Caesar, but substituting out the tomato juice for beef broth. Tonight, instead, I'm just drinking my regular Rockstar. So, I have questionable habits and opinions on many things. It's kind of the flavor I bring to Let's Racing Time.
Next, in the lower right-hand corner of the hexagon, they may call Alabama the Crimson Tide, but we call him Deacon Blues. He's our good friend Blaumager.
Hey y'all, Blaumager here, and I had to be special and play the Insane Trilogy, because that's what I have. I don't know anything about Crash, except that apparently he really hates boxes. I don't know why he hates boxes, but apparently he hates them. Tonight I am drinking just some strawberry lemonade Weilers.
Oh, no Blaumager special?
Nah.
And last but not least, the guy who wants us to play this game in the lower left-hand corner of the hexagon. He's the man from Zion himself. He's everybody's favorite Red Silvers, Red Silvers.
Crash
Hello,
Bandicoot
everybody. It's been way too long.
Cortex Strikes Back.
So my drink of choice today actually sounds like it could be a level in Crash Bandicoot because it's called Pipeline Punch.
That sounds like a Donkey Kong level.
It could be a Donkey Kong level. Where's our platformer made of Monster Energy levels?
All right. So I'm going to pause this music. I'm going to unmute Crash, and we're going to tweak these levels. Press start to begin. There's a lovely deep voiced. I think that is. I don't know who voiced Cortex. There we go. Good.
Not
enough.
sure, but he was my main in Crash Team Racing because I liked his voice actor.
All right, I got my controller, and everybody get your controllers ready. And we'll see what fresh hell this brings us. No,
There
not
is
the
a
demo
scene
mode.
when you start a game.
All right, come
I'm
on,
not sure if you can skip the cutscene though.
I got stuck in demo mode.
I have already
Crash
loaded up
Bandicoot 2.
my
There we
my
go.
save file to go to start fresh.
All right, well, I'm just gonna hit start in 3, 2, 1, go.
You're gonna take about as much. So I have my practice where I was getting everything, which was Boothied, and now we have Buttface. We're trying this. Crash Bandicoot is not a good video game, guys. This is a oh, it still plays this bloody intro. No, stop
There we
it with
go.
the thing. There we go.
1 year later.
Yeah,
Once you get to that point, you could skip it. There we go.
Oh,
Sorry,
it seemed
Cortex,
to.
I didn't want to listen to you today.
It seemed
I
to
have
not.
not seen this stuff in like 20 some odd years.
I have never actually seen a Crash game, so this is interesting.
So I feel like Crash was a different take on what if we took like a Mario game and made it 3D, whereas instead of going the Mario 64
There we
route,
go.
they did the like
Oh, yeah, this is the
forward and
game that
backward.
introduces Coco, I think.
Yeah, so this is a failed branch of the 3D platformer evolution line, and they took a 2D platformer and placed the camera right behind where you're traveling, right? That's kind of Crash's whole oeuvre for most of its levels. Is
they
you
actually
just,
called it the Sonic's ass game in development.
yeah.
Sonic's ass. So it's like the Kojima version with the butt with the
Well, no, I
Sonic
mean like
butt shots.
you're playing Sonic, but you're an ass-on perspective.
Nope, I got transported to a bonus level. I think. No, it's a.
First level, you could actually not get the crystal, which is your goal for the stage, and you piss off Cortex by doing it.
Oh yes, this is another relic of PS1 games. No subtitles.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an option for that on this version.
I also love that when you spin into your lump of fruit, it just flies everywhere and you don't get to
Apparently
collect it because blah blah blah. No, I was looking for subtitles and I didn't see it. Oh, get out of the muck! Get out of the muck! Oh, I've mucked myself! God!
You done mucked it up, buttface.
Ah! No, I
love
don't.
the way that when you die in this game, it's
You die in real
shenanigans.
life.
Oh, there is a lot of cartoon death in this game. And I will agree that Crash 2 is an improvement on Crash 1 in almost every way. Unfortunately, it is still not the greatest 3D platformer. It don't feel so fun. Ah!
So, I seriously thought that Crash was going to make it into Smash Ultimate because at the time they were announcing the DLC, he just had the Insane Trilogy, they announced the Crash Team Racing remake, and they announced Crash 4. I thought this is going to be the time to do it. And then they announced Fire Emblem person.
Another anime sword.
Violet, I think. Okay,
Now,
right.
Violet isn't just a sword. She also has an axe and a spear and another doohickey.
I'm not
Sword,
against
an
the
axe,
character.
spear, a
I just-
doohickey.
That was
I
the
think
timing to announce Crash if they were going to announce Crash. Not like now they'd be like, why would they announce Crash? There hasn't been anything with Crash forever. But
I think if they were going to announce Crash for Smash, they would have had to
Crash
make
for
him
Smash.
they would have had to make him a combo character with Spyro, similar to Duck Hunt or something.
Oh, they're totally different. Just because they were both mascot platformers on.
No, they're pretty intricately linked.
You don't
Now
have
they
to
are.
tell me that
They
they're
weren't.
intricately linked, man. I had the terrible Crash Purple and Spyro Orange Game Boy Advance games that were disgusting mini game collections.
Now listen carefully. These holograms are
you're telling me we're going to make Skylanders Smash canon?
They have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy.
Bowser in Skylanders is like the best Bowser design.
Nintendo doesn't
gotta
want to
say.
acknowledge Skylanders chomping the bit on their amiibo monopoly.
That's not
They
true
made
at all.
Skylanders amiibo.
Yeah,
Those are two of the amiibo I have.
that was a demonstrably false statement, Buttface.
Man, I know nothing about amiibos or Skylanders. I just know that they
Yeah,
were
they
both
made-
products.
They made amiibo Skylanders of Donkey Kong and Bowser, and the design for Bowser is so good.
Really? I have never seen this, so you'll have to link me that.
So they also have a dark version of both of them. Donkey Kong one's whatever, but man, Dark Hammer Slam Bowser is so good.
Oh, you know what my favorite thing is in a video game is when it's already kind of rough to control, and then you give me an ice level.
What is with the
Level was the one in the
giant
demo.
floating head with an N on
That's
its forehead?
that's Dr. Neocortex. He's the bad guy.
He is
He
insane,
was the
but
villain
not
in
the
the first
character
game,
insane.
and now he's all like, "Oh, I'm going to save the world if you help me out."
This is dumb Mega Man logic.
So he's Dr. Y, he's Dr. Mr. X or whatever in Wily 6. He's pretending to be.
He's literally the
to
guy
help
that
you.
made Crash into an anthropomorphic Bandicoot.
Ah,
Like he turned all these animals on this island into these humanoid ones with his Evolvo Ray.
Yeah, he's responsible for every shitty platform mascot.
And in the first game, it was like, I've kidnapped your girlfriend that looks like Pamela Anderson, and then they were like, we're gonna replace this with a character that's not
human.
so bad. Well, she was still a Bandicoot.
I mean, if it worked for Donkey Kong, it should work for us, right? No, it didn't.
Pamela Anderson as a band as a.
Hold up, what is
I-
this? It says
My brain's
29
not
out of
wanting to do
62.
that.
That's your boxes.
Your box counter.
Yeah, you need to destroy every box in every level to get the white gems? Question mark.
Yes.
And they're
Gems are a collectible for the 100% ending.
they are
How the fuck
boxes.
did I miss over half of them?
Because you missed
I-
a secret stage. That's just
Yeah,
how
there's
it
no
goes in
something-
Crash.
Fuck out of here with that.
Hey, guess what? I also didn't get them. I never get all the boxes because I'm bad at video games.
There is one box in particular in one of the stages that's off the top of the screen that if you don't know it's there, you're going to not get that box
Yeah,
and
that's
not
like
realize it till the end of the game, and it's terrible.
the boxes in Crash Bandicoot are like beyond the pale Chaos Emeralds for Sonic. Like, say
Like,
what
I
you
don't
will.
recommend for a fun run that you try to get all the boxes. That's like end game stuff.
Yeah, that's what you do on your replay. Like, I thought I got all the boxes in this level, and I'm still missing 14. So, like, say what you will
Scrat.
about my opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I hold Sonic in higher regards than Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, I think it's okay to like them both.
Oh, you can like your video games. That's fine by me. I just don't think that Crash is a better design than Sonic. Like,
No, I'm not a fan of the straight line
No.
linearity. Like, just that seems odd from a design perspective to me, but
So the first game was literally linear. This one, at least, you don't have to go in order in the levels. You can do the 5 levels of each area in whatever order you want.
No, I think Bob's talking about just like the way that you're traversing the levels with the Sonic's ass perspective. Hey, have you seen what happens when they put the camera in front of you and so you're running into the camera? Because it's gross.
Well, in level 5.
It's
I've done
real
that in
gross.
Sonic, and it's gross every time it happens.
yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant.
Wow, these are the worst ice physics I have ever had in a game.
Yeah, Black, they're not
That's saying a
great.
lot because all ice physics are balls. So
Second
Oh, no.
level, isn't it good?
ice
No,
physics
this
are one of the
makes-
worst mechanics in video games.
No, this makes the ice mechanics in literally every other game I've played that has them feel like a dream.
You're telling me.
Like, wow, these are so bad.
But Facer, you like having are
To be
you
fair,
having
he's walking around on
PTSD?
his sneakers.
Are you having PTSD flashbacks to the penguin now?
No, I
Are these
didn't have...
nitro boxes not good?
Or was it
Nitro
Blau? Who,
is
who had
bad.
who had the issue with the
Okay.
penguin when we did the Mario 64?
So-
one?
Blau.
Nitro
Wow,
and TNT
Blau's
are
having
bad
flashbacks.
boxes. TNT, if you jump on it, it counts down and
Ah.
explodes. Nitro explodes instantly.
I'm in a
And
bonus
the way
level.
that they get around that is there's usually a marker somewhere in the stage to break the Nitro boxes so that you can get them for your box count.
I just got flattened.
So, just a heads up for people, is if you end up in a bonus stage, and you get to a wall that you can't cross because you're too tall, one of your shoulder buttons is going to let you crouch under that wall.
Is this like
I can't
Bugsy and
mention
he
where
has
they
like
crawl.
a million different death animations?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Actually, the actual animation tech in this game is kind of insane. What they were able to squeeze out on PlayStation hardware.
Yeah,
I think in the game they were talking about how they had to really figure out the PlayStation tech to be able to do what they wanted to. There's a lot of like early PS1 games. We've got to figure out quirks of the system to make
I
it
mean,
do what we
the
want
art
it to do.
direction and okay, that's a thing that happens. The
I
art
don't
direction
agree
and the
with that.
style of the game is actually really good. That's one thing I can't really knock about this game. It's like the models are good, the textures are good, the colors are good.
It's very appealing animation. I just wish I cared about the character design a little bit more. I find it just off-putting enough.
So what
Oh, get it?
box
Hang
counts
8?
is there's a lot of places where you'll go and get every box in the stage and you'll still be missing a bunch because they've got hidden stages, or there's places where you access levels from different points.
Did
And
you
that's
also-
kind of like their way to hint at that.
Yeah, I love
Were
it.
you
I
also-
love being hinted that there's bonus stuff when you get to the end of the level and it's like, you've missed half of the game that you were playing. I'm like, oh, great.
It works for Donkey Kong.
Guess who has bad opinions about Donkey Kong, too?
And as for
Oh,
why Crash hates boxes, in the first
Crash can't
game,
swim apparently.
they literally drop the boxes that you miss on your head at the end of the stage. So that's why Crash hates boxes, because he got traumatized in the first game.
I always kind of liked that box count at the end of the level. It was a fun touch.
One thing in 2 that they have is that you can, like, if you, I'm not positive, there's a way that you can see how many boxes you have, but in 2 it just tells you how many you have, not how many you need. In Warped they fixed that so it showed you how many were in the stage also.
Okay, that's a death.
Congratulations, you have found death. Embrace. Oh.
We're still saying something about like maybe the first game that the only way to save was to find a bonus level or
Yes,
some shit like that.
because you would see your girlfriend in the bonus stage and she would save your game.
Wow. Fuck! Stop dying.
I mean, what was the
That's
save
still not the
systems
worst
for,
way a game
for the Donkey Kong
has ever
countries? Because I
offered the
mean,
ability to save that I've seen though.
That sounds pretty standard along the lines of like what Donkey Kong Country was working on with its weird limited saves. So yeah, I'm in a level where there are 2 paths to go, left and right, and I know there are boxes down both of them, so the way to play this level is to backtrack for half of it.
So the worst game I've ever seen with the way it offers saves is
Oh,
actually
fuck you!
Bomberman Act Zero, where you can only save the game if you have an Xbox Live subscription.
Really?
Online only saving, eh? Fucking Christ, Turtle! Yeah, you also... Everything kills you in one shot if you don't have... Apu? Aku, there we are. Fucking
Except for
Christ,
the Nitro
Turtle!
boxes, apparently.
I have died to this turtle 7 times.
I am Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness.
I desperately need... Seriously, I lost so many bloody lives there. This is disgusting.
Oh, 2 doesn't have the dance unless you get a gem.
Yeah.
Oh, this
In
rocket
Warped, you
board
got
does
the
not
dance
feel
every
good
time.
at all.
Welcome to Rocket Board. Rocket Board. Yep, so if I want
why
all
I'm in
the other
this
things, I
bonus
gotta
stage.
backtrack this way. Guess what I'm not doing? That. Combat Gauntlet.
I should save after that.
Oh yeah, and you can save in the warp room between stages.
Yes,
You do a butt stomp or
this-
something?
You have a belly flop.
Yes, that is shoulder button when you jump.
Or you can jump and hit A. Or, well, I guess it's A on my controller. I don't know what it is on yours. But... It's the A button if you're using Super Nintendo controls.
It's the only way that you're able to break metal crates. Or, sorry, reinforced crates?
I love that you had the actual correct term ready to go.
The pits. At least we're not. At least we're not hating ourselves like when we were playing Bubsy.
There we go.
Oh!
No, I legit think this game is a fun time. I like Warped more, but you can make an argument for either of the two being good.
I don't know,
I didn't even get the gem in that stage. What the heck?
I had a good time playing Bubsy with you guys. I thought we just cut it short because you were cold.
I mean,
There
I
was also
cold.
that.
Oh, is that when your heater died?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, y'all appear to be enjoying the game. I mean, there's nobody's really bitching or kvetching about anything, unlike.
Well, we
Bubsy.
are still in just the first world.
Yeah, no, the game...
I mean, it's true.
The game becomes pretty bullshit in the later levels, and like Blau's already pointed out, you can beat the game without any white gems, right? It doesn't lock you off from an ending.
You just don't get the true ending, but
Yeah, there's like, the 100% in this game gets a little bit beyond the pale for me. And ye turtle! I was
Tonight
spinning.
I dine on turtle soup.
I was
so
spinning.
my big thing is if you want like Crash gameplay, Crash Bandicoot 2 is a good game. If you want a variety of gameplay, Warped is a better game.
Yeah, it begins to get into like Animal Pal territory in that. It has the Sonic problem of we're gonna start introducing a lot of characters for different game modes, and then you don't get to play the
fuck
game you
off.
want to play for a third of it.
Oh,
They
there's a
introduced the
kvetch.
characters. They could have characters for the mascot racer.
That's a good mascot racer for the most part.
It really is.
Blau with
If
our
only
first
somebody
kvetch, it
cool
was
would
gonna
do a
happen.
let's play of that on YouTube like 2 or 3 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I did that let's play, and there was one part of the game that I couldn't do, and I had to get my nephew to help me with. There was one stage I just could not pull off this trick,
It's
and it was the last thing I had to do in the game.
this is the opposite of asking your big brother for help, right? I need my nephew to step in and take over, show off the cool.
My mom does
okay.
that to me. I had
Bob?
to go and beat all the bosses in Skyward Sword for her.
Bob, you're gonna want to watch. You're gonna want to watch how terrible it looks on my screen when you're running into the camera, because this is horse shit.
Are you at the bear stage?
No, I'm just now onto the big snowball. Oh, I hit a mine. That's fun.
Oh, it's a snowball. Where is the dang crystal in the stage? I've gone through this stage twice.
Fuck, God, shit. Oh, not only is it running into the camera, I forgot to mention, it's also an auto-scroller.
Yeah, that looks awkward.
Yo, yeah, for sure.
It doesn't have to scroll. You can just stand there and die.
Okay.
So now you're just Indiana Jonesing it away from a giant snowball, presumably.
It's an auto-scroller by any other name, right? Like, you can have auto-scrollers that aren't technically auto-scrollers. Like, what's that one stage in Mario World where you're standing on the snake block going through the castle, right?
God!
That's auto-scrolling.
So I'm guessing that what happens is in the part of this stage where there's the fork in the path, the crystal's on the one fork, and I've just missed it both times.
You know what? I also missed the crystal in that stage, and I'm only realizing it now because I think I ended going down the wrong path.
That's the only thing I can think of because I've done the stage twice, and I'm still missing the crystal.
I did not go back for the crystal. I just moved on. I just moved on. I'm also avoiding.
Well, you'll have to go back for it to do before you can finish that room.
Yeah. I wanted to get to the terrible boulder level. Also, it's kind of bullshit that the boulder doesn't break crates.
Yeah, those. I guess they're adamantium crates or something. Or they're boulder proof. They're boulder proof crates. That's
no,
what
it just
they
bounces
are.
over.
Oh, and then
them.
but it does break those convenient little laser gates right there.
Those would kill me if I touched them.
Yes.
Even if I spun into them.
The boulder doesn't break the crate, but it breaks those.
Yeah.
Even recognized. Although they
Okay, I found the crystal. Now I just need to quit getting killed by this stupid bird.
Oh yeah, that bird was a real pain in the butt.
I love that I say that, and here's two birds together, like, oh, having trouble with him, have fun.
Was it on the right path or the left path for you?
It was the left path.
Yeah. I saved game. Can I leave? Can I leave, please?
So see, but face all that joking around about not doing both paths for the boxes, and look what we did to ourselves.
Hey, how do I get out of the load save? I can't
save your game.
Yeah, I've saved my game and now it won't let me leave.
Oh, that is strange. Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to hit like the cancel button.
I didn't. Oh, maybe it said exit, which I figured would be like exit back to the menu, not exit. You know what? That would do it. All right, let's do.
I like how you pronounce exit with as if it has G's in it. Exit.
You will give me an egg.
Oh,
exit. That's what he says. He says that it does sound more like exit when he's saying it. Yeah.
One touch that I do like.
That's just Buttface's inner love for Sonic coming out.
Now hold on a second.
Everything's got to be related to Eggman.
Okay, those are mines.
Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. How do I go up, please? I've got all of the. There we are.
Push the up button.
Well, I was using my DualShock controller for how you're supposed to play Crash. But
that's another thing. The Crash 1 does not have analog controls.
No, it sure doesn't.
Oh, I thought I turned on analog controls, but my analog sticks ain't working.
You might just need to go back in and.
Are you using RetroArch or are you using an emulator?
RetroArch.
Yeah, go.
It could be a setting in RetroArch, but I've found some games it just randomly doesn't work.
It didn't give me or my analog controls for, or I didn't remember that I had selected a DualShock controller in RetroArch. So I just went in and changed my controller back to DualShock once I started the game, and it worked.
I just wanted to test that hole like 3 times to make sure that it was a hole each time, and it was.
Oh yeah, it always
just in case you were wondering.
You know what my favorite kind of boss is the wait around. Oh, and I died. That's fun. That's fine. I didn't know how big a nitro explosion was, and now I've learned. Hey, buddy.
Oh, you're fighting.
Yep, it did not remember my DualShock. Well, I fixed that problem.
Yeah, you're gonna not.
There we go. Now I got my DualShock back. Hooray!
Yeah. So,
Oh.
the snowball level is interesting, but I love the twist they throw on it later on, because it's a snowball this time, but later on it gets crazy.
You should be playing an Indiana Jones. Da 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 da.
Does it get crazy or does it get insane?
It gets unbearable.
Oh,
I
you know
almost had
what?
it.
You know what? I see what you did there. Can this like pogo motherfucker just stop?
Harmony Bunny is not slow, for it's hop, 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 and away I pogo! Oh, that... If I can ever get Bob and Henry to do Powerpuff Girls, that is the episode that they have to do. That, between that and... what do you
I got the
say?
dance!
The Lucky Captain Rabbit
Yeah,
King episode.
I got the hump dance! Let's go!
You do
I
the
love the
Humpty
crash
Hump.
dance.
You do the Humpty Hump. Do the polka Humpty Hump.
I had a GIF of the crash dance that I wanted to use in my background, but I wanted it to not just be him dancing the whole time. Like, I wanted it to be him standing there for, like, an extended period of time, and then he would do the dance after, like, a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to know the kind of nonsense I had to do to get Wario to drive by every once in a while in my background. Hey, guess what? The second world is a whole ice world, so if your second level taste of that wasn't enough, I can enjoy World 2.
So my question is, can he dance when he wants to? Can he leave when he wants to? Can he leave his past behind?
There's a bear in that warp room. You can jump on him and get a bunch of lives if you jump on him a bunch.
I will look into that.
That's a polar.
Oh yeah, this game does feature polar.
Yes.
It is
This
damn
game was brought to you
appropriate.
by the deliciously refreshing taste of polar.
Do
Dan
not eat the
appropriate.
polar bear.
That goes along with deliciously refreshes.
Okay,
But
you
yes,
can't.
the little polar bear cub is named Polar.
As it should be.
Could be named Orson.
No, they named him Polar because he's one of the characters you can play in Crash Team Racing.
I'm willing to give Crash a pass as, like I said, an evolutionary dead end for Mascot. Fuck! I did not realize that was going to be electrocuted. I should have seen the eel, but I didn't. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful. It's fine.
Because, like, again, it was in development around the same time as Mario 64, so I don't expect them to have taken notes from it. And then, yeah, Spyro came out after Crash 2 even, and it had learned all the notes.
But I got all the crystals and Cortex came and talked to me, but I couldn't hear them because and there was no subtitles. What do I do?
Go to the middle of the room and Crash will do like a thumbs up and you can go up and you'll fight a boss.
Oh, okay.
I was also stuck there for a minute, and you have to press up on your D-pad instead.
No, it worked on my analog stick.
Oh, it didn't for me. Well, maybe I
As
wasn't standing.
As soon as he did the thumbs up, I had to stand perfectly still. Oh, hey, it's Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah, basically he's like, watch out, we've got enemies,
yep.
but they can't attack you while you're in the warp room, but while you're traveling between here and the next one, they can.
Yeah, I would instead of Huckleberry Hound say this is Scrooge McDuck Wannabe.
So the whole idea is that Cortex is all like, I'm gonna save the world by getting these crystals. And, what's his name? Embryo, who was the other villain of the first game, is like, no, Cortex is trying to screw you over. I'm the one you really want to help. And so all the enemies that you're fighting are supposed to be his people that are trying to stop you.
Oh, his name is Ripperoo, because we're Australians, see?
Yes, this is a
Crash
very
Bandicoot ain't your
Australian.
baby.
Dan is brave enough to do an Australian accent. Confirmed.
I can't
As
do
opposed
one.
to like Bono.
A lot there's a Bandicoot. That Bandicoot could spin around and kill a man in 30 seconds. I'm gonna poke him with this TNT.
Die.
Dynamite.
G'day, mate. G'day.
Yep, here's Polar. I'm gonna jump on him. I'm gonna jump on his head.
Fuck! I went to attack the eel because I didn't. God damn this fucking video game. I am bad at video games. News at 11.
I mean, that is your brand.
So it's 12. You get 10 lives for jumping on Polar's head.
I will have to inspect that when I get back to the main hub. Right now I'm in sewer hell.
I'm gonna skip sewer hell and go to Barrett. Because I want to mix up the gameplay a little bit, so here we go.
Oh, the stupid auto run level is disgusting. Yo, don't. Consider not doing. Holy shit.
What the hell was that?
Ah! No, you know what? I fell down a hole. I fell down a hole and it had bonus, so I'm okay.
Butt face go down the hole.
Yeah.
Butt face go down the hole.
Freaking Shamu up in here.
Oh, there's boost pads. That's all I needed.
Yeah. Don't boost pad yourself. Oops. I can spin while... How do you... You've got spikes all over you. I don't want to deal with that. I do want your delicious fruit, though. What do you think Wumpa fruit tastes like? I always pictured it as kind of like a cross between a peach and a mango.
I mean, it's got to be hard because he fires them out of the bazookas later on. Oh, hello, pink boxer shorts. Crash has pink boxer shorts, in case you were wondering that.
You know what? I wasn't wondering it, but I'm glad that you got that cleared up in my mind so that I can amend my Crash fan fiction.
Man, I always wanted to know that. That is one thing that I was always curious about my entire life. What color boxer shorts does Crash have?
It's an interesting fact.
Mm-hmm.
I think I knew
Someone's
that from
updating
his
the wiki
edgy
right now.
redesign in that one PS2 game.
Wait,
Someone's
Crash has an
frantically
edgy
typing up.
redesign?
Yeah.
Crash is already pretty edgy.
Crash has been through a lot. Like, you talk about all the stuff that Sonic's been through. Crash has been through a lot also. It's just that all the non-Naughty Dog stuff has not been nearly as mainstream, so it's not as immediately obvious.
What am I supposed to do with this polar bear? Just keep bouncing on him?
Ow!
Yeah, jump on his head.
But just keep jumping?
Yes. And eventually he'll just crap out a bunch of lives.
He has not managed to do that yet.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh! I was not expecting those to fall.
Do I get off of him or do I keep jumping and he will do it?
Keep jumping on him without moving away.
Hey, look
think
at
it's
that. It
like
did
10
happen.
times.
I never knew about that. Look at you teaching me interesting things. Good guy,
So
Red.
these snow stages where they have like the enemies that roll down the hills at you, if you can get a high enough combo, they'll start dropping crystals and gems and crap. It's really weird.
Oh,
I got a white gem.
I did level 10 by accident.
On the boulder stage of all stages.
You got all the... That's actually not an easy task. Again, boulder stages are bullshit.
Can Crash wall jump?
Bullshit.
Oh, duh. I do not believe it is fair that it allows you to walk forward and fall off of a side-scrolling segment.
What do you mean? Just when you jump into a side-scrolling segment, switch over to your D-pad.
Oh,
I didn't realize that was.
Remember, the first Crash did all kinds of weird stuff with that. Like they would have nooks and crannies in the background that you could go into, and that's where they would hide boxes because hiding boxes is fun.
Clearly. Yeah, Enigma, about the beef drink thing that he was saying, I sent that to him because I was being sarcastic about how much he loved the beef fizz one, but it wasn't an interesting drink, but I love that Instagram channel though, that bartender that does it. He's like this surly Slavic guy, Russian sounding Slavic guy, and he's just like, it's beef. I can't do the accent, but like beef, 1 ounce, beef stock, 1 ounce beef stock,
Okay.
1 ounce vodka, and it's like he just does
Vodka,
everything in
guys.
the same monotone voice. It's hilarious.
Well, that guy
How the-
seems very unpleasant.
how the fuck do you get up here? I'm doing the... It's like, the Crash doesn't have a double jump.
Not in this game.
So how do you get up this thing?
What thing are you on?
You can't... There's like a ledge that I'm in a side-scrolling bit, and...
Can you get under it by the look of it?
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
figured out what I had
you gotta
to do.
crawl, right?
No, not crawl. It's I had to do a forward, like a dash slide.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
you get a little more height when you dash slide.
Okay, now I know.
You can also use that to go, like, if you slide and jump, you go a little faster than running, which can give you an advantage in, like, the boulder stage, for
Fuck
example,
off!
but it's tricky to do.
Oh, that thing's just invincible. Even though it's not spiky from the face, Sonic the fucking Hedgehog over here is just murderizing me.
So what he does?
It's kind of bullshit that it doesn't give you Aku Aku when you start.
You
a fresh
do,
life.
if you die so many times, they do start giving you one.
That should just be by default.
I think this might be the stage that has the box that's on the top of the screen.
Wow,
It's
that
one
was
of these
bullshit.
snow stages that has the box that is infamous. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game, like if you die so often on a certain area, they'll start making one of the normal boxes into checkpoint boxes and stuff like that.
That's actually like really clever difficulty design.
I don't know, they should just make the checkpoints there in the fucking first place.
Fuck you, you bastard! Oh, I can just... Woo! Woo!
The one thing on the ice, if you're sliding and you're trying to stop, you can do the belly flop to
Yeah, just
to lose your
immediately
forward
stop yourself.
momentum.
Ah. Be smart about it.
Oh,
I missed the one up.
No, I mean, I will absolutely try that beef drink, Bob, because, again, I really like Caesars. I really like, savory kind of drink.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely what flavor that's gonna be. Is gonna be savory. I love that guy's channel, so I was like, man, I mean, the joke was, oh yeah, you insta died there with your nice wings, but or Dan did, but yeah, the joke was obvious, of course, because of that, because of the beef stuff. But it was
You gotta send it my way when you find
Oh, yeah.
disgusting beef drink. It's just-
I don't know that. I don't think I would like
I
that.
just
Like
fell
personally,
off the side. Shut the fuck up.
well, for once, you're not going facing forward or facing back, so, I mean, at least there's some variation in the level.
You real piece
What
of
is
shit. You know that,
is what
Crash?
Blau's doing a boss fight?
Is he fighting Ripperoo?
Yes.
I don't. Okay, I don't know what any of these characters are, so it's just that this guy bouncing around in patterns.
Is he fighting Discount Scrooge McDuck?
Is it? I guess he's carrying a treasure sack, and
Yes, he's fighting Ripperoo. It says in the upper left-hand corner, Bob.
I can't read. I can't hardly read it.
Window small.
Yeah.
What happens when a game over?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm afraid.
Oh, you learned. You probably should have used save states.
Well, or at least been saving your game in the hub.
Right.
Oh, at least there's an autosave.
Oh yeah, you're also running a completely different version than Dan and I, so and also Red, so.
So, Budface, we were having a partial discussion before we started. What were you saying about the boring movie? You know, the controversial thing.
If anyone had asked me before yesterday what the most boring movie I'd ever watched was that I could not trim a single frame from, it would have been Beyond the Black Rainbow, which
I've never heard of it.
You might never have heard of that one. You've probably heard the director's next movie that he made, which was Mandy, that Nicolas Cage movie.
Yes, which I hear is really good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Beyond the Black Rainbow is also really good. It's also very boring. Like, it is entirely vibes based. It is just like still slow panning shots. There's probably maybe 100 lines of dialogue in the whole film. It would put Kubrick to sleep, all right? It's also just incredibly beautiful and weird and... Anyways, that's not what I
So
want.
if you're going for gems, this is very obviously... Here's where one of the gems is hidden, because there's a jet ski, but there's a bunch of boxes leading to a platform that you can jump on if you don't jump on the jet ski.
Yeah.
That was bullshit right there.
I've now had...
that sucked, Dan. I saw that. Yeah.
What I now have for the most boring movie I couldn't cut a single frame from is there's been a lot of buzz in the like indie experimental film circle for a new horror movie made by some Albertans called Skinamarink.
Oh yeah,
I have heard of that. Yeah,
it's
that's the is that the one that it's in the point of view of the little kids the whole time, and like it's mainly just them staring at the room, staring like in the room, and it's like this weird atmospheric.
You don't ever see a full shot of a little kid at all in the movie because it's just still shots of walls and ceilings, dude. It is boring. I spent more time in that movie watching film grain than I did watching a single character. There are maybe 20 spoken lines. It is boring as hell.
Oh.
You know what? I white-knuckled my way through the last 30 minutes in that movie. I can't remember the last time I've been that, like... The movie freaked me out. It absolutely got to me. There were points in the last 10 minutes where I was like, just talking to my computer screen going, fuck no, fuck no, fuck off, just for 10 minutes straight. Don't die.
Yeah, I was gonna say, despite you saying all that, and that's kind of what I heard about it, but I've heard the movie's really good. Like,
I
it's
could
really
not
something.
recommend a single person ever sit down and watch it. Like, I don't know anyone personally who would enjoy this movie.
Red, you're
so you're
frozen.
saying it's a 7 out of 10?
It
Dan,
viscerally...
Red's frozen.
I know. There's nothing I can do about Red.
Okay.
It gave me a visceral reaction.
Isn't that what it's going for?
Just beyond the sheer amount of boredom. Like, sure, almost nothing happens for 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
It's
That's
really well regarded, though. Like, I've heard a lot about it.
I mean, it's an experimental film. It's you're gonna get weird art crowds who tote it as like doing some interesting stuff, and it does do interesting stuff. But it is about as far off into the like spectrum, or like the far end of the spectrum of.
That's bullshit, Dan.
Being horror is not what you show; it's what you don't show. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. That's a lot of horror. I mean, like, take for instance, what was it? It was just straight Boogeyman. Like, that's actually a really good movie, until you see the boogeyman, and then it just not kind of good. Like it didn't work. Like they were better off when they didn't show you what it looked like. Like it's just, the monster reveal just was not ideal.
No, and there is, like, that's the other thing about it, is there is no monster reveal. It's the movie was something that the director had, like, tooled around in various forms on his, like, YouTube channel. Was like, I'm making shorts based off of comments that I'm receiving of, like, what other people's recurring nightmares are, and I've been noticing that there's a lot of trends. So he has maybe 4 or 5 good ideas in this movie, and they would have each held up their own, like, 10-minute YouTube short. What he's instead opted to do is, like, blow that out to a 100-minute long film and fill the rest of it with, like, interstitial tissue. Unfortunately, there's not a lot there.
So it's basically like cutting up say maybe like 50, or like 10-minute long YouTube shorts, and then like they just pastiched them into one giant into one long video.
Again, there's really only like 5 good horror bits to work with. So he fills the rest of it out with, like, getting you into the vibes. It is a, as I told Dan for Al this week, it is a vibes-based movie, and I mean that way more so than anything I've ever said that about before.
See, the reason I don't want to check it out is because I heard the title and all I think of is Sharon, Lois, and Bram.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Why do you think Canadian filmmaker did that?
I don't know why I mean, yes, of course.
I don't think I understood that. I don't think I understood that reference.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I can think of as well.
Oh, I just died.
So you're saying it has nothing to do with that show?
No, absolutely nothing. Actually, the comment from the director was like, yeah, I chose that name specifically because it evokes, like, that childhood memory. It's supposed to be something that everyone kind of thinks of the same touchstone. Like, everyone... The movie also has that, like, this is as close to a movie that I've ever seen adapting, the name's completely, House of Leaves, there we are.
That sounds familiar, but I can't place it off the top of my head.
Dumb, pretentious book about,
How do you clear this fucking jump?
the house that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Oh, I ran right into that.
Hey, I actually made it through that level.
Oh, I also ran into
I'm running from snowballs.
So, I had a similar experience with the one I watched over the weekend, and it's one I'd heard a lot of good things about. And I would say I enjoyed the movie, and I would actually recommend it. But like I had issues with it, like while watching it, and like
Bloud,
I can't.
You might need a slide jump.
Yeah, I can't say a ton
That's
without like giving it away if you haven't seen it, the ending on it. But like, have you seen a movie with called Take Shelter with Michael Shannon, Jessica Chastain, and Shea Wiggum?
Well, thanks, game, for actually teaching that to me.
No, I have never seen that. Well,
so it's this just regular like oil rig worker guy, and he's he starts having these like weird like all-encompassing dreams that affect his life, and it's like he's seeing the coming of this storm with this weird color rain, and everybody does like weird Stephen King stuff and goes insane and starts attacking people. And like he keeps seeing it, and the whole movie, like it's I wouldn't take anything out of it, but it's really slow. And
is this
like
the one that you watched over the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to double check that you weren't saying that this is. How the fuck do I get past this?
It's masterful acting performances, though. I mean, Michael Shannon's Michael Shannon. He's incredible in it. Like it's some of his better work I've ever seen him do. but at times it's just like, so the thing could have it has what it does is for 99% of the movie flirts between being an actual really honest portrayal of the onset of mental illness, particularly schizophrenia in this case, and being an actual horror thing at the end of it. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends up, but I think had it picked one or the other, it would have been a better movie instead of flirting between it for the whole one. Because I'm kind of the whole time I'm thinking if I don't want to look up what happens at the end of this, but I kind of want to know because I've got this movie billed to me one way and I'm not sure that's what it is. Yeah. If you had billed it, because it's billed as a horror movie, and again, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's the way it's billed, it's not it's not a spoiler to say it's not exactly the way it's billed, but it's not bad either. I mean, it's a good movie. It's just the whole time I'm I wish you would have just kind of picked one or the other.
I've definitely had movies like that where they're straddling the line between what the author wants to do, and they try and do too many things and end up doing nothing particularly well.
Yeah, I think in the movie there was both. It managed to accomplish kind of both things. There was the potential to be a really good, kind of straight, weird horror movie where nobody believes the protagonist, but he's right in the end, and one where he is developing schizophrenia because, the thing is, and it's not really a spoiler, is that his mom, which is weird because women almost exclusively are not schizophrenic, but his mom is paranoid schizophrenic, and that, and the mostly non-treatable, having to live in a home kind, and he's one big thing is he's terrified that that's going to happen to him, and he's 36, so he's around the age that tends to show up, Yeah. Because of men, it doesn't show up until later until you're, until largely after your 20s, if it's going to do in most cases. So, but the movie's great. I mean, I highly recommend watching it. It's just be prepared for a slow, atmospheric movie that really kind of sets the pacing, and it's really about the interactions with the characters and the things that they do. It's frustrating at times, but I don't mind really
slow movies
good.
where next to nothing happens and it is all just character driven.
And that's basically it. There's really not a lot of stuff happens, and it kind of jumps back and forth, and it goes between you won't realize he's in a dream sometimes, and it's because it goes, it portrays these nightmares he's having, right? And they just get more and more real and more and more visceral. And I mean, it's a real thing because he knows enough about it. He knows he needs to get help, but he doesn't want to get help because he doesn't want to know what the truth's going to be. I mean, it's very realistic reactions to it. So like I said, I think if it had, instead of trying to maintain the mystery, had it just steered to one or the other, I think it would have been could have been a completely incredible movie. And the acting performances by everybody involved are just are excellent.
Well, like you said, Michael Shannon. It's not gonna phone in a performance like that.
No, it's exactly what you want, exactly what you expect, what you want out of Michael Shannon. I mean, even the small ones, where he shows up. I don't know if you've seen Bullet Train, which you haven't. You should watch it.
No, I absolutely have seen Bullet Train. I think.
Oh, it's an incredible movie. Him showing up, being the bad guy at the end of that is just so awesome.
Not a Girl Face and I went to go see that. That was the last thing we saw in theaters, I would think.
Yeah.
That was a highly anticipated movie for us. But
that was such a good movie. I loved it. That's everybody in it, had that great one. You just had great performance there. Brad Pitt was awesome in it. Joey King was really good.
The Tank Engine.
It was a movie that everyone had fun making by the look of it.
Oh yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson is awesome in it. The twins are probably the best characters.
I'm going to need a lemon and tangerine prequel.
Oh, I know. I would watch
or
that.
Just
or
like TV show. I don't care. I don't care. I want it.
And then Ron Reynolds is the douche partner, is the douche guy that Brad Pitt hates, and he's the one that sticks Brad Pitt with it, knowing he's probably gonna get killed. Like that was just great that was Ron Reynolds at the end.
How do you destroy nitro boxes?
There is going to be a green metallic box hidden somewhere in the level that you then hit, and it blows them all up throughout the level. It's like their detonator switch. Just one more hidden bullshit you have to find. Welcome to Crash Bandicoot. Your life
Hidden
sucks
bullshit.
now.
Hidden bullshit. The game, the movie, the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shoutouts to the sewer level for having scrubbing bubbles as an enemy.
Yeah.
Of course, there contractually has to be a sewer level, right?
Well, yeah, you did the ice world. Now go do your one sewer level, which is your like teaser for what the next world is gonna be. Spoilers.
You know, it's mostly forgotten, but there was, like, I guess this PS2 era, there was actually that Matrix video game that was on it that I actually really enjoyed, but the problem is it was basically sewer level, the video game, because the whole game was a sewer. That's how you got from place to place, was sewers. So you spent 90% of the game playing a sewer level.
The Komodo, bro.
But it was actually a really good, like, mini Matrix movie with a good storyline, and it was a fun game, and like it's mostly been forgotten, but it was actually really good.
So Buttface, what you have to do is when Komodo Mo stops spinning, you have to spin him, and he'll fly into Komodo Joe.
Modo Mo and Komodo Joe.
Mojo Jojo.
That's what I
Mojo
should have
Jojo.
done. Good job, Blo.
Mojo Jojo.
Komodo Mojo.
Joey Jojo Shabadoo.
And furthermore, you
that
know what movie
Perception, my old nemesis.
you know what? Some levels in this game are better with the D-pad, and some are better with the analog stick.
Yes. That's why you want to be able to use both.
Oh, fuck off, game.
So there was another movie that I finally watched this weekend.
Yes.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You
I still haven't
finally
got to
watched
see
that?
that. I haven't
finally-
got to see it.
I
I've heard
finally
it's
watched
incredible.
it because we wanted to watch it with my buddy and his wife, but we just couldn't. It's like, so we have turn for Sunday movie nights, and like it finally got to my turn, and I after being on vacation and other stuff, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch this, and I think I pitched it the last time my turn came up, but I think we put it off because we said no. We wanted to save that for a night that I could come over to their house, and that turned out to be Sunday. So
Dan, isn't it amazing they go that entire movie without saying the word Matrix?
yes.
That movie is so good.
Yeah, I've heard it's absolutely incredible from just about everybody, but the only thing it's on is the Stars add-on package, and I'm not paying for that.
I can
So
give you some assistance with that, Bob, if you want.
if you do that, I'd appreciate it because I'd really like to watch it.
I need to get me like a Blu-ray of that because I want that movie.
I really wish I could have seen it in a theater.
Oh my god, it was.
I felt that way about Top Gun Maverick. I really wish I had gone to the theater. And
I mean, I
watched
saw
it.
that in the theater. That's a movie I said I wish I saw that in IMAX.
Yeah,
but
the one I
couldn't
go to is
convince
IMAX.
Tony and his wife to go see it in IMAX because the IMAX that we like going to didn't have reserved seating.
You're gonna get hit.
Dan,
you gotta back up. Yeah.
So I did get to go see Everything Everywhere All at Once in the theater, and there is and it was a pretty full theater, and there's a moment in that movie.
You can get past them when they. I watched them do it. You can get past it when they go into the corner, but it's you got to time it right.
No, I'm talking about the boxes on the platform. How the fuck do you get to those? I can't jump off of this thing.
You jump on the platform before you jump on the jet ski, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a moment in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and again, a full packed theater. You never get quiet in a theater.
Oh
You
wow,
could
we
have
have a
heard-
Mario World mechanic now.
You
yeah.
could have heard a pin drop in that theater. At let's see, how do I put the canyon scene? There, that's how not to spoil
Yes.
that.
Yes, that is a
I'm
good way to not spoil that.
dead serious. It was silent. You don't get that in movies anymore. People don't do that.
I think I've only had that happen, and I'm gonna be nice when I talk about it because I know he's Buttface's favorite director. But in in the Ryan Johnson Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're very
Last Jedi or whatever. But when
very
it does
similar
when it
kind of
does
moment.
when it does the absolutely lore-breaking, retarded hyperspace kamikaze scene, visually incredible. Visually incredible. It's absolute bullshit. It's visually incredible.
Hey,
But like the theater was dead silent, and the funny thing, it was for a variety of reasons. It's because it was like a spectacular looking moment, and then at least half of the audience was just shocked and didn't know how to react to it because it was bullshit.
It's like
So
people
it's
shouldn't be
like-
shocked at that because we saw something similar, although not as visually stunning, happen in Rogue One.
hey,
Right.
Bob, are you?
But
are
Rogue
you
One,
saying...
but the difference between Rogue One is Rogue One was actually lore sound, like everything. Rogue One, while I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, the battle at the end is the best Star Wars battle because the ships all work the way they're supposed to work, and you actually see how warfare would really work in a Star Wars universe.
Bob, are you saying that the Space Wizards movie broke your suspension of disbelief?
Dan, don't start that argument because don't even start that argument because that's the most reductive bullshit.
It is.
Fucktard argument on the planet.
I do not care. I think that you can do cool things in
Oh,
your
I
Space
carried the
Wizard
polar
movie
bear
and
up
it can
to
be
heaven
cool.
with me.
How can you carry the polar bear up to heaven if you're a ghost?
Don't ask
mean,
a
that
question.
happens,
question.
man.
What is
Right?
Blowtorch Man and why can't I? Blowtorchman is roasting my butt.
Blow Torchman. Like the
Oh.
brother of Hot Coldman.
That was a boom crate.
Yeah, Hot Coleman.
I had the best compliment. I'm still thinking about it. It is giving me the warm fuzzies. Someone left a comment on one of my YouTube videos going, I just want to let you know I listen to these in the background while I 100% Death Stranding. And I'm like, wow, that is a hell of a compliment.
See, I still haven't played Death Stranding. I've got to. I've got the game, I just haven't played it.
It's on my
no,
to-do
Norman
list.
Reedus Ass Simulator 2021.
Death Stranding would be my first Kojima, so like I'm a little concerned.
Oh wow, you've never played a Metal Gear game?
Never Metal Geared.
I don't know that I know you.
So I guess you would say that you kept Kojima waiting, huh?
You know what? I see what you did there.
Oh, we lost Red.
Yeah, maybe his internet finally gave up the ghost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's a cute death animation.
You know
I
what?
became
That
a
was
crash sickle, and then the polar bear was on top of me.
that was a pretty interesting bit in this level. I got to an impassable spinning fan. I was like, how do I deal with this? And I was like, wait, can I spin enemies into it? And you sure can.
all right. I've got these Komodo Joes figured out.
Komodo Joe.
Komodo Dose.
Komodo Mojo Jojo.
Dose Komodo, bro.
Yeah, the Komodo Joes are kind of like an easier battle than Ripperoo.
Ripperoo is just a puzzle. Once you figure it out, you figure it out.
Once
But
you
Dan,
know,
I'm
you
bad
know.
at puzzles.
Yet you play puzzle games obsessively.
Obsessively? No. Exclusively?
Yes,
no.
y'all played insane amounts of puzzle games, like to
You
insane
do play a lot of
degrees.
puzzle games.
Yeah.
I don't want...
You have like whole YouTube series dedicated to puzzle games, like multiple ones that you're still coming out.
Raz and I have not puzzled for a hot minute. We need to get back
No,
to that.
you haven't. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Raz is.
Raz is having big life-changing stressors right now. So like I am allowing for as much need to take space and take stock of life as possible.
Oh, I can relate. So I have nothing but commiseration for him.
Okay, I missed. I'm. Shit.
Oh, I should tell you, Buttface. After much thought and introspection on it, I have come to the determination that as much as I may have certain personality quirks and tastes and attributes that could be very uncharitably designated as hipster. And as much as I make fun of, as much as I self-deprecate about being recovering hipster, I've decided that I am categorically not a hipster.
Oh.
Really?
No matter what I do, yes, I am categorically not a hipster. And the reason why I do this is hipsters do everything they do to be ironic and to create an effect. They don't, it's not so much that they actually like the things, they pretend to like stuff for a sense of irony to do it out. With me, none of that is an effect. I just genuinely like old things. I am not a hipster, I am genuinely old-fashioned.
I think you've got that wrong about hipsters. They don't do it ironically.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
absolutely do it. They go on and on about how they're being ironic.
There's
no, it's not ironic. They're very genuine.
No, they drone on and on about, oh, I'm doing this ironically.
The whole thing about a hipster is that they have like this weird air of superiority for liking something before everybody else did.
I would
see,
agree
that's
with
not,
Bob
man, that is absolutely
a...
not me in the slightest. Hipsters indulge in old things ironically because they're trying to create a aesthetic. Like they want an image. They're like, oh, I only listen to vinyl. I only do this.
There is definitely a subcategory of hipster that is more concerned with aesthetic and that can extend to ironic detachment of their enjoyment. Or
44 out of 45.
Yeah, it sucks every time. It feels bad imagine going
bad,
through a Mario level and being like, you didn't hit all the blocks. Sorry, try again.
You didn't get the coin.
I'm fine with the 3 coins in Mario levels because actually I really, really like the 3 coin method of secrets and bonus collectibles in Mario. I think that is a high watermark for platforming exploration.
Is there a different ending if you get all the gems and not all the crystals?
I don't know. I'm not even certain that you're able to progress without getting the crystals. Okay, I need you to not be there.
No, be there.
Shit! No.
Bob was sleeping on that one.
I was watching you die, and in the bonus level, and I was mesmerized by it. So.
I'm thinking when I go. So, guys, I don't know if I've brought this up as a thing that will probably happen, but at some point this year, be it maybe in the fall or maybe even early in after the New Year, is that my plan is to go to Japan for like a month.
Ooh,
that would be cool, yeah.
And I'm thinking, Bob, I should go to Okinawa.
Yeah, that's a place I'm going to go when I do eventually go. I particularly want to go to Kyoto, but I want to go to Okinawa.
Okinawa requires a plane trip, though, but I think I can do that. I want to see if I can.
It'd be pretty cheap. I believe it's like Europe, and like once you're there, it's pretty ridiculously cheap. It's just getting there in the first place.
I had the opportunity back in high school to do like an exchange trip over to Japan, and so spent just a little under 3 weeks over there. And yeah, it was mostly the northern island because our town has a sister city.
Yeah, Hokkaido.
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time in Kyoto as well, and it was very lovely.
So yeah, Kyoto's the old one with that's where like all the temples and everything are, and I
don't know how I didn't die just then. That was fucking amazing.
Oh.
Hey, I'm back.
How did you? Yeah, how did you not die? Right? You talk about where you just dodged the laser right there. How the fuck did you do that?
I did the ground.
Like you just noped on through
in time.
Yeah, you just noped on through the laser, basically. Yeah.
No, I spent time in and around Ishikari was the city, and it was very lovely. And I really do hope to get back to Japan at some point. But I'm not much one for travel, like at all. I'm a homebody entirely.
See, I love to travel. It's one of my favorite things in all of life. Like I love going all over the place. So
So I can't actually blame that on the potato PC because that was the router itself. Sorry about
The
that.
devil. No, you're fine.
Life happens.
It
man.
happens. Yep. I mean, Budface does okay now. We used to run into this with Budface lag a lot, so.
Yeah, what was it we said about his potato?
His potato PC. Well, he went from the potato PC to the, was it a pumpkin PC? Is that what
Yeah,
we decided?
the pumpkin didn't last long. The pumpkin had a lot of issues, and then eventually, like, everything on it died catastrophically, and then I was just like...
Okay, so the slide jump is kind of like doing a Diddy Kong cartwheel off a ledge, right?
Yeah.
So what do you call yours now? Is it like a Rutabaga PC or
No,
something?
it's just beefy.
Like,
It's the beefy PC.
It's just beefy. It's the beefy PC. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the beef fizz PC.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains the beef drink then.
Right.
Well, I mean,
I'm also
like,
restarting my stream now. I don't know if it's gonna matter, but
Dan would have to refresh it. If you restart it, it should be able to capture. It should recapture, but he'll just
Yeah,
say,
as
yeah,
long as
there
you
it
tell
goes.
me when you're online, I can.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah. Oh, well, then it immediately froze again, but it's up. It's running. Actually, I can actually see a little bit. It's buffering like hell.
I don't know if it's because I'm playing the Insane trilogy, but the game hadn't been that bad.
Oh,
aside from a few questionable.
I can
design
categorically
choices.
say that I would not enjoy this, but it doesn't look like a bad game by any stretch. It just looks like one I wouldn't particularly enjoy.
Like Crash 1 would be really infuriating, but this is definitely more playable.
There's a lot to this game to sell. It's like it's also got a lot of, it's all very Battletoads Turbo Tunnel throughout the whole game.
it's got
Honestly,
its own level of charm.
Yeah.
Even the even these.
See, stuff like
levels.
that, Dan, I'd be on tilt.
Like,
Right.
I'm clipping my little polar bear guy on these stupid boxmen.
Boxman.
Like, even these running towards the camera levels aren't too bad.
I actually prefer doing the running towards the camera levels with the D-pad.
Really?
Yeah, because I find that it's easier to like keep a direction.
53 out of 57.
Oh,
Fuck
damn.
you, game.
Finally.
51 out of 53.
So, in Uncharted 4, the brief thing you play of Crash, is that the original game?
Yeah,
where
that's-
it's just a long
that's
hallway and
Crash.
it's just jumping over the stuff till you die?
That's Crash 1.
Okay. So technically I have, in some fashion, played a Crash game, but only in that fashion.
This way that I can sum up the difference between Crash 1 and Crash 2 is it's a lot like something like Mega Man, where you could definitely see, like, the first Mega Man game has its own level of jank because they're still figuring stuff out.
God
First
damn
Mega Man
it!
game is a masterpiece, and I'll not hear otherwise. Thank you.
Okay, that hurt.
That sucked, yeah. Mr.
This
Welder
looks like
dude.
there's totally a secret hidden here because there's like, here's platforms around the end zone. Like,
God, I got past that one shit spot that ate, seriously, like, 10 of my lives. Holy
Why-
shit.
Why were the okay, maybe Blau's are just different colored because he's playing the different game. Maybe that's all it was. Like, Blau's apples look different. I forgot he's playing the better looking version.
Those are not apples, they are Wumpa fruit.
They look like fucking apples. So.
They do, don't
They
they?
look like apples.
Oh,
They
that
are
was done with me.
Wumpa fruit. Wumpa's
If
a
you
good
say so,
fuck
I'm
a
gonna call
Wumpa
them
fruit
apples.
is?
It's a fruit that only falls down when you get near it. Nope, wait, sorry, that's a Wampa fruit.
No,
Wampa
Wampa fruit
Stompa.
is only not in this climate. That's in the snow, ice levels.
Yeah, well, they're in the ice levels alone, right? And they roar and they imprison you in ice to come back and eat you.
Guys, we've done good jokes. We did good jokes today, guys. Congratulations.
So, Buttface, the
a good joke was had by all.
the
Do I
illustrated
go the way
L
that has the
rules.
apples, or do I go the way that doesn't have the apples?
There's at least one path like that that leads to the gem.
Illustrated Al, you were saying.
There's like a little dead end room that has the gem in it. That
Oh, I
the
like his
Wumpas
little
lead you
strut
to.
when you walk.
So the deal with Illustrated Al is that it's the lyrics to the song that now have illustrations to the lyrics. And I got to tell you, the ones for Everything You Know is wrong. Well, I didn't want to say it on stream last night, but I hate that AMV, man.
You
It's
hate
like-
that AMV, eh?
I mean, it is, I get it. It is of the time. I understand, but it's like, if Al was going to make an actual video, it would not look like that.
No, it absolutely wouldn't. It would look like Virus Alert.
No, I think it would actually look like this illustrated comic for it, which has some fantastic artwork. Like, there's a great rendition of Colonel Sanders' disembodied head.
God damn. That is the correct line to go
What's
with,
the
right?
matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
So, Buttface, I'm at Blowtorch Man, and I just want to point out that he has the best death scream when you kill him.
Oh, he's got a pretty good death scream.
He's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, I'm going to learn what a game over looks like, and I did not.
I'm definitely going to learn what a game over looks like, I think.
I've already seen like 3 of them.
So when you get to the game over screen, if you sit on there long enough, Cortex just wiggles his eyebrows at you.
As he should.
Cortex wasn't even on the game over screen on mine. It was the other mask.
Oh, that's continuity breaking. Uka Uka wasn't even around yet in Crash 2. I call shenanigans. It's
But
like
even
what
with just, like-
actually.
Fuck
pay attention
you,
to
video
Crash lore.
game!
But even with just basic upscaling and texture filtering, this game looks great.
Great. I don't know if I can go that far.
No, I think
Playable?
it looks good.
Yes.
I think it looks good for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it actually pretty much. Blau's version looks really good, but like even what y'all are playing, I think it holds up pretty well for the age.
Ah, you can't jump over that. Cool. Noted. Got it. Love
Yep.
the
Did you learn
insta-death.
something?
What did you
The
learn?
question is, did you learn something?
I learned something.
Well, that's half the battle.
Fuck!
As we all know, knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Da-da-da-da-da.
Or is Buttface too young for that?
No, I do understand
Yes.
that, but I would prefer we went with I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading. The most I know
Buttface
of,
is too young for it. He just knows it from pop
Yeah.
culture reference.
I know
Right.
I know G.I. Joe from those stupid G.I. Joe PSA fan edits.
Oh yeah. And knowing is half the battle. Just say no, kids.
Okay, well,
I imagine there's going to
Brick.
be a bunch of those of Sonic, too.
Oh
but
my
then-
gosh.
Then again, the only one I ever see is the... And that's no good.
There's nothing like getting a hug from someone you like. I still think the funniest
Hey,
one of those
extra
is, hey kids,
Oh.
don't climb in the washing machine.
That's a serious problem.
I climbed in the
Fuck
dryer a couple
you!
times as a kid.
Jesus. I don't want to be.
I never had that temptation. My uncle was missing 2 fingers on his left hand because when he was before he was 6 years old, he was playing around. He was messing around in the back of one of those old Ringer type washing machines, and got his hand, and those would cut on randomly, and it cut on, and he lost his fingers to it. So since us growing up with that, I never had any desire to mess with a dryer or a washing machine. Like,
Oh,
did you forget something, Dan?
nope.
What?
Fuck.
Video
What?
game hard.
Well, you got to the end.
I know. Well, that's because it's a dead end, but you still had to go there anyway.
Why would you?
So that you can
I
get the
guess I'm not
crystal.
You get the
Oh.
crystal, and then you have to do backtrack.
So you have to get the crystal to fight Zeramis. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Well, you have to get shards of the crystal. This is
Yeah, we're forging a
Dark
crystal
matter
to fight
God,
Zeramis.
you
Yeah,
piece of shit!
we're forging the crystal.
I'm glad that when you're hanging from a lattice, that it doesn't
damn
automatically drop you if you go too far to the edge, like Mario 64.
I think we've broken Buttface.
No, I died 2 stupid deaths, and it's fine. It's fine.
Stupid deaths.
Do you die any other way? Wouldn't they categorically have to be stupid
Not
it to be you?
necessarily categorically.
Oh, did you just make a Two Stupid Dogs
I
reference?
did.
I heard that.
Ain't that cute? But it's wrong.
Push all the
I don't
deaths
remember
are
Two
stupid
Stupid Dogs. I
in a
remember
fun way.
I don't remember Two Stupid Dogs. I remember Cat Dog.
Two Stupid
Two
Dogs
Stupid
is
Dogs
like
is so underrated.
it's like the early
piece of shit.
Renzetti, Tartakovsky, McCracken. It's like the proto cartoon.
I can't
Right.
believe I got
hit
through
him.
that level.
So are you wanting to go an hour and a half, Dan? You're at an hour 18 stream time.
Yeah, it's hour 18. We got
I
like
cannot.
Or
believe-
timer's at an hour 18. Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're at hour 30. Yeah. Stream time.
Let me.
Good
really
time
should've
with
added.
this. I hope that you guys have.
I didn't hate it. Like I always liked Crash 2 better than Crash 1 though.
I can't believe this has gone as smooth as it has. Unfortunately, I am almost about to game over. I got 2 lives. So that could change real fast.
They
I'm-
really should have added subtitles to the Insane trilogy.
They didn't?
Not that I see an option for.
Which is like in Spyro 1, they added like full voice acting.
Oh,
Oh no, what
Full
happened?
voice acting in the first game, though.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I said Spyro 1, they added full voice acting. Here they couldn't even be bothered to put subtitles. Ow!
No, I mean Spyro. They originally had voice acting.
oh, shit,
Not Spyro
that
1.
stinks.
Spyro
I'm
1,
pretty sure when you rescued all the dragons, they had like speeches.
I think it was just like a voice line, not like everything that was in the text box. I might be mistaken. It has been so very long. Fuck.
I just like. I didn't play much Spyro, but I have this like distinct memory of like the guy saying, "Welcome to Town Square, Spyro."
Oh, that would be Spyro 2, and I think, yeah, there are some voice acted lines
Okay.
in Spyro 1, but
Apparently-
not every single one.
Apparently, I can play as Coco.
And yeah, you can play as Coco. We cannot.
What does this do for me? It just seems to
It's
control
just
the
a
same.
cosmetic thing.
Oh.
Can you not? Polar bear, Jesus,
Except
stop!
apparently she can't go into the boss fights.
This polar bear, I tells ya.
And then in Warped, they made her playable in a select group of stages in the original game.
Oh. I can't get the timing for that fucking flamethrower guy down. Oh, there's something I was gonna say.
I game over and have to do this sewer stage again, so I'm back to Blowtorch Man.
Oh yeah, so now I remember. There's a PlayStation 1 game that I really want a remake of. It's Siphon Filter.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
Blowtorch
that one
Man?
could use a remake.
I have
Blowtorch Man looks like the guy on Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes, he does
Eustace?
look like Eustace. Eustace Bag!
I am
You
not
dirty
familiar with
bastard, you
Siphon
made me look
Filter. What
bad.
the hell is Siphon Filter?
Siphon Filter is a stealth action game that's not like Metal Gear, but people kept comparing it to Metal Gear because it came out like a year after Metal Gear.
Wow,
It's
the Komodo
it's
brothers
Metal
were
Gear. It definitely
incredibly
owes a kind of a debt of gratitude to Metal Gear, and it's in that kind of spy vein. It's really more like kind of the mission. It has more in common with like the later
Yeah,
Mission
Mission
Impossible
Impossible.
games. Yeah, it's a lot more like those. It's a PS1 classic. But yeah, it's those. It's a Splinter Cell type game with like stealth espionage and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
What the fuck am I supposed to do there, video game? What
That
the
is one
fuck?
I've never played that I'd like to, but yeah, I would prefer to do it with a remake of it. I think that would be the better way to
When
play
they
it.
do a remake, I want them to do it with the run and lock on controls and none of this dual stick garbage because
Right.
Well, what they did in Metroid Prime Remaster, where they had like the 4 different control schemes, they need to do that for Siphon Filter. Like, do the hybrid mode where you can use the lock-on for your running gun and allow you to use a dual stick for when you want to do manual aim, so you don't go in that funky first-person mode. But otherwise, yeah, I want a remake of that so badly because
The sewer stage is whipping my butt.
because one of my favorite things about it is that goddamn grenade launcher. I mean, I love the grenade launcher. I love the taser. There's nothing more fun in that game than just tasering guys to death. It's like I've tried doing all taser runs. You can kill guys as long as you headshot them. You can get guys with flak jackets with the taser. What? Oh, this game.
This level is unbearable.
Where I think we've an hour and a half is a good limit because we're getting right to the point of the game where it's going to start pissing us off.
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting y'all a little bit at this point.
Oh, I'm gonna just beat this fucking level.
You got the giant grinning polar bear of death here.
So if I were playing this to actually play it and not just like fooling around, I would have been farming boxes and getting the gems, and so I'd have a lot more lives at this point. But because I'm just like rushing through the stages,
yeah,
I'm running out of lives and getting game overs.
I've been getting the boxes too, and I've also been getting game overs.
I only have one game over so far. Fuck.
I've
I've had
yet.
2, but I'm like close to getting a 3rd.
Well, once you start getting them, you get them.
Yeah,
pretty
I have
quick.
a feeling.
Like I was,
There's a
God damn it!
feeling.
Like you can't see where these fucking pits are, so you just gotta pray, you gotta hope.
That's how you beat the game. Pray and hope.
So, because we're probably not going to get to that point on the stream, I just want to point out that you have the polar bear level, the little polar bear, and then you have the level that Butt faces in with the giant polar bear. Later on, they combine the two.
Yeah, that's real fun. I remember that.
Do you also remember Larry?
Who?
Pepperidge Farm.
No, he remembers Kefka.
I remember Larry. He was such a wonderful
Oh,
guy.
that's horse shit.
I just fell through the ground there. You can see that my head or my shoes are clipping up through.
He took a flamethrower and barbecued Blitzen. Took a big bite and said, "Tastes just like chicken."
Oh, my favorite lyric of that is still with an old German Luger, and he ripped up his face just like Freddy Krueger.
Then he took the flamethrower and he barbecued Blitzen.
It's
What
okay,
is
the
it?
flamethrower guy goes,
It's Vixen's in
"Ah!"
therapy and Donner. What is it? Vixen's in therapy and Donner's still nervous, and the elves all got a job working for the postal service.
There's another part to this fucking game. Oh,
This
Jesus!
fucking game.
I didn't remember that they combined
Why are
them this
these guys
fucking early.
Why are these guys lifting girders?
Because they don't have Bender to bend it.
They're getting their reps
Their
in,
name is
man.
Girder, not Bender.
They're just
No,
they're just
they
up
would
and
be
down.
lifter. They would be lifter, not bender.
Fucking Christ! Turbo goddamn tunnel! Holy shit! Fuck off!
Oh
game
my god, are we...
Butt face rage is always so genuine.
I am
Yeah.
the yelly man on the internet that I hate. I have become him.
You are
You know what
become
they
what
say?
you.
You either become a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the yelly man on the internet.
God, I hate internet yelly men, and yet here I am.
You are become that which you hate.
So I love in this game, like, they're trying to play it that Cortex isn't the villain, but he's obviously the villain.
Of course he's the fucking villain.
And
Everybody
again, it's Dr.
knows.
Wily. It's
They literally named the game Cortex Strikes Back.
mhm.
I mean, the other guy doesn't seem too heroic either.
Garble Flarble.
Oh, he just wants revenge on Cortex.
Garble Farble.
But he also seems like a bad guy.
Blathering Blatherskite.
He's like your
Hold on,
like
hold on.
Frankenstein Peter Lorre type voice
that-
character.
Uh,
I think that's the right name, Peter Lorre.
Yes.
Peter Lorre,
Peter
yeah.
Lorre.
Are we wanting to call it here? I just got a game over, or do we want to keep going?
What's minute 27?
It's
About
uh,
8.
we got 3 minutes left. I'm gonna
All right.
try to see if I can beat this level.
I will see if I can get to the end of this goddamn running face first level. Because I can throw away
gonna
5 lives in
leave
3
the sewer
minutes.
I mean, if
stage
I
and
game
go
over, I've
and
got 3
bear
lives
down.
left. if I game over, I'm calling it.
I don't need to do bear
Oh,
down.
that
I
is
already did
horse
that
shot.
jump.
Horse shot.
Well, I guess
That's
I'll
what you
just
shoot a
stop
horse with,
playing
horse
if
shot.
I get to
It's
the end
like
of
the
this
beef
level.
shot, but it's horsey.
I'm doing this, this fucking polar bear level is atrocious.
I'm not a fan of this polar bear
Yeah, it's
level.
pretty rough. No, sir, he doesn't like it.
Oh, hey, this is the end of the level. Nice.
I'm gonna
Aw,
go
damn.
bear it up for a bit.
Bear down Chicago Bears.
And I got the white gem.
Got bears.
Oh,
Sometimes you just need to grin and bear it.
God fucking damn it. I hate that you can't time these fucking lifters. It's like, do you
Oh.
know when it's
It's-
gonna
it's
jump?
the
You
re-
don't.
The stupid
dude,
lifters
I
just
died
seem
in that
random.
stage 10
Like,
times to those fucking lifters.
it literally just looks like luck because, like, there's, I mean,
Hey, Dan.
there's been no.
Hit your shoulder button.
Oh, he has a turbo.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't fucking know that.
No, because
So
we
in the
didn't
version
read
that
the
Blau was
control.
playing, they added in like a time trial mode where you earn these things called relics. That's not in the PS1 version of this
Is that
game.
what the Onks are?
Yes.
Yeah, Onks were in
And I
Crash
have to
3,
imagine-
right?
Dan
the
did
Bears
it, and he didn't
are
game
just-
over.
Turbo the entire
I didn't
time.
game over. By the skin of my teeth, I think I only have like one guy left.
You did. I think you roamed 0 lives.
And you know what? That's perfect timing.
Congratulations.
Hour 29.
Well, Dan, I'm running from your polar seltzer here.
Here, you burn.
I'm gonna save and make it official.
Facebook official.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was such a stupid thing.
Exit.
Oh,
All
I
right.
know.
In Soviet Crash, Polar drinks you.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for subjecting me to this, Red.
Yeah.
I will probably come back to this on my own time and play through it some more.
Blau is
Yeah,
brain poisoned to like Sonic. I'm sure he enjoys Crash.
Yeah, this is playable. Like it's not like Crash 1 where it's just I'm banging my head against the wall. I can enjoy this game.
I think this is the pit that you jump in to get a secret. It sure is.
Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. This is fun. Maybe we'll do something on Saturday. I don't know. Actually, no, I think we bumped back Zeldoom a week, so we'll ask Galbies to see if he's good for Saturday or not. Otherwise, we'll see y'all
What's
later.
going on with Galbies?
He was.
He's not feeling good. He's been sick. Like,
Yeah,
he's,
well-
yeah.
We'll see how Galbies is feeling on Saturday.
He's been having a rough time of it.
And then
Until
next
then-
week, it looks like it's going to be City Skylines, I think.
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
also
forward to
think we
that
have
one.
Sonic Racing next week too.
Ooh.
Everybody supersonic racing.
Racing words I can't remember now.
Gotta keep your feet right on the ground.
I think
Anyway.
we've hit butt face's
Of
limit
course
anyway,
I
or he
know
just
the
can't get through this
words.
level.
Oh, I just immediately gamed over myself, so we're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, have a good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night,
folks.
everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.